Guys, let's take a look at this garden egg right here. So this is the garden egg that I started from seeds, with seeds from Cameroon. I told you I was growing this garden egg for the first time and I had issues with the garden eggs. Okay, so I had a lot of them. I had 6 of them growing here, which I chopped down because basically the flowers were being aborted. The flowers were being aborted. It will produce flowers and then all of the flowers will just drop. I got tired, chopped everything down, but guess what? See what has since happened? Do you see that? Ta-da! That's a garden egg. That's another one. So now I'm having garden egg fruits, yeah, on this particular one that I left. Not sure what happened, but you know, maybe patience. Let's go find out what is going on with my fluted pumpkin. Guys, I've had so much trouble trying to grow the fluted pumpkin this year, trying to get the seeds. It's been a nightmare, but I do have a few plants which I will show you now. So this is the ugu in buckets, guys. So I decided to grow the ugu, the 3 in buckets this year instead of grow bags, and there are some things that are happening because I have the plant confined to this space. So guys, as I was saying, this is the first time that I'm growing the fluted pumpkin in a plastic bucket, and this is different from the grow bag. The grow bag is fabric. It's a fabric bag where the roots can penetrate the bag, and when you water, it doesn't stay in the container, or when you fertilize, it doesn't stay in the container when you do it in a grow bag or a fabric bag. Growing the fluted pumpkin in a plastic container is a totally different thing, and I think I made a mistake. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Guys, you see this? You see the bucket? What I decided to do was put a hole at the side instead of at the bottom of the container. And the reason why I did that, in my head, I was thinking I wanted water to collect at the bottom, form a reservoir, because it gets very hot in Houston, so that there would always be, you know, water down here for my plants. Okay, that was the idea. What I failed to take into consideration is that when I fertilize, like, you know, put whatever chicken manure tea, is gonna collect at the bottom as well. So that means that I can risk over fertilizing. Okay, I can risk over fertilizing, which is what happened. You see this leaf? See how it's burnt and yellowing like that? That is as a result of over fertilization. See that? Over fertilization, because I have the fertilizer that has collected at the bottom of my container. Big mistake. So if you're growing your ugu in a container or in a bucket like that, either you should put the hole at the bottom so it drains out, but that means that you have to water quite frequently, or if you put the hole at the sides, then you have to control how much fertilizer you use. Guys, let's go check on the peppers. Okay, see what I have done? I had to put a shade cloth over the peppers. Peppers love heat and full sunlight. However, when it starts to get very hot, like now in June in Houston, when you have too much of the light, what happens is the flowers tend to just dry up and drop instead of producing pepper fruits. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put a shade cloth over these peppers over here just to see if it makes a difference. These ones over here don't have the shade cloth yet, so I'm gonna compare what happens to these peppers versus these peppers. So if you find that your pepper flowers are dropping, you know, the blossoms, they are dropping, it could be that there's too much heat, too much sunlight, and one way to take care of that could be use of a shade cloth. I don't know why I have not cultivated cucumbers before now, but guys, I've been coming out here and harvesting 1 cucumber and eating it every day. So if you're wondering if it's okay to eat cucumber every day, absolutely. It contains mostly water, so it will help hydrate you. It has some nutrients in there as well.